Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been following the Atlanta Falcons this season, you know that every move, every game, every decision seems to carry a little more weight. And today, we have some breaking news that's creating quite a stir around Flowery Branch. The Falcons have made a bold move at the kicker position, one that could have significant implications for their offensive stability and overall team performance. That's right, the Falcons have decided to part ways with Younghoe Koo, who's been a staple in their special teams unit for a while now, and instead they're turning to Parker Romo as their full-time kicker. This isn't just a minor roster shakeup, it's a statement. Koo, despite some recent struggles, especially missing that crucial 44-yard field goal in Week 1 against Tampa Bay, has been a reliable face for the Falcons over the past few seasons. He's known for his strong leg and clutch kicks, and his consistency has often been a bright spot for Atlanta's special teams. But this year, the early signs suggested that perhaps the Falcons were looking for a different kind of stability or maybe a fresh start. Koo missed a career-high 9 field goals in 2024, which is a pretty significant number in today's NFL, where every point counts, especially in tight games. And so the Falcons made the decision to release Koo and bring in Parker Romo, who's been elevated from the practice squad just recently. Romo is a local guy, a Peachtree City native, so you can imagine the kind of pride he must be feeling right now. He got his shot last week when he was promoted to the active roster, and he made the most of it. In that game against Minnesota, Romo hit all 5 of his field goal attempts, helping the Falcons secure a solid 22-6 victory. That's a pretty impressive debut for a guy who was just trying to get his foot in the door. What makes Romo's story even more compelling is his familiarity with the Vikings, his former team. Last season, he made 11 of 12 field goals with Minnesota, showing he's capable of handling pressure and delivering when it matters most. He's also had stints with other NFL teams like New Orleans, Detroit, Chicago, and New England, so he's no stranger to the league and the grind of professional football. This background suggests that the Falcons see potential in him, and maybe they're banking on his versatility and mental toughness to stabilize their kicking game. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The Falcons' decision to cut Koo, especially after a year where he struggled with accuracy, indicates that the team is looking for consistency at a crucial position. Koo, despite his reputation as a clutch kicker, had a rough start this season, missing that critical field goal in Week 1, which might have been the final straw. For the Falcons, every point is vital, especially in a division like the NFC South, where games tend to be tight and the margin for error is razor-thin. The NFC South has always been a fiercely competitive division, with teams like Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and Carolina vying for supremacy. The Falcons, under head coach Arthur Smith, have shown flashes of real promise this season, especially on offense with their dynamic playmakers. But special teams can often be the difference maker, and having a reliable kicker is fundamental to closing out games, especially when you're fighting for playoff positioning or a division title. By bringing Romo into the fold, the Falcons are clearly looking to bolster that aspect of their game. Romo's ability to hit multiple field goals in high-pressure situations could serve as a vital weapon down the stretch. Additionally, his local roots can't be understated. He's someone who understands what it means to play for the Atlanta community, and that added motivation could translate into clutch performances on the field. But of course, this move also comes with some questions. Will Romo be able to handle the full weight of being Atlanta's primary kicker? Can he replicate his success from last week's game consistently? And what does this mean for Koo? Well, Koo's been a fan favorite and a dependable player for quite some time, so his departure might sting a little, but it's also a reminder of how competitive and unforgiving the NFL can be. Players are constantly under pressure to perform, and the Falcons are no different. They're always looking for ways to improve, especially when it comes to the finer points of the game. Looking ahead, the Falcons' season is shaping up to be quite interesting. Their offense has been showing signs of growth, with quarterback Desmond Ridder progressing steadily, making smart decisions and leading drives that keep the team competitive. Their defense has been resilient, and when you add a reliable kicker into the mix, it could tip the scales in several close games. The NFC South is still very much up for grabs, and with the addition of Romo, Atlanta might just have that extra edge they need to climb higher in the standings. Now let's zoom in a little more on Romo himself. At just a young age, he's had a journeyman's path through the leg, which speaks to his perseverance and dedication. Making 5 field goals in his debut was a confidence booster, and if he can maintain that level of performance, it could be a season-defining move for the Falcons. The team's coaching staff, led by Arthur Smith, will be watching closely to see if Romo can handle the pressure of being the main guy, especially in high-stakes situations where every point is critical. And it's not just about the current season. For the Falcons, building a solid, dependable special teams unit is essential for long-term success. Kicking can often be the overlooked aspect of the game, but in reality, it's one of the most pressure-packed roles on the field. A reliable kicker can help a team win games late in the fourth quarter, and Romo's initial performance suggests he might be that guy in Atlanta. We all remember how important special teams were in past NFL seasons, whether it's a game-winning field goal, a crucial extra point, or a timely kick to change momentum. The Falcons are clearly betting on Romo to become that consistent presence for them, and the fans are hopeful that this move will pay off. It's always exciting to see how a young player adapts to the league and whether they can handle the spotlight. As we wrap up this update, it's clear that the Falcons are making strategic moves with their roster to stay competitive in a tough division. Romo's rise, especially after such a promising debut, could be exactly what Atlanta needs to elevate their game. Fans, you should be excited. This is a story still unfolding, and the potential for this young kicker to be a difference maker is real. The journey is just beginning, and we'll be watching closely to see how Romo performs in the coming weeks. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So in summary, the Falcons' decision to part ways with Koo and embrace Romo as their primary kicker isn't just a roster move, it's a statement of intent. They're looking for consistency, confidence, and perhaps a bit of that local magic that Romo brings with him. For the fans, it's an exciting development, and for the team, it could be a turning point. The NFC South is fierce, and every advantage counts. If Romo can keep up his form and avoid the kind of struggles we've seen from Koo earlier in the season, Atlanta could very well find that extra push they need to climb the division ladder and push deep into the playoffs. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this change? Do you think Romo has what it takes to be the Falcons' new reliable kicker? Are you optimistic about his potential to help the team reach new heights? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this together, and your support keeps us going. Thanks for being here, and as always, let's go Falcons.